Hey, what's up? This is Sea Enemy Soil Records, and you guys are watching Action Recon. My main focus before was playing sports. I played baseball and everything growing up, and then my second passion was always music. I always listened to, hip hop in high school and all that. But I never made beats. I never thought about making beats or anything. I I started making beats kind of when I used to play baseball, and it's when I got to college and when baseball started to kind of fall through. I started to injure myself. I injured my arm and everything pitching, and so baseball kind of slowed down for me. And then I got into making beats around like 2000. I'd say like 2007, 2008, and then I never really thought about rapping. I never. Uh, I don't know. I don't really know how much stuff I have to rap about. So I used to listen to hip hop growing up, and I always felt that there were a lot of the great rappers out there that had beats that I didn't think were that good. So I thought, hey, maybe I could make beats, and I didn't really have anyone teach me, or I didn't really even know anything about it. I just sat down and I just started working on it, and then it was kind of a quick turnaround. It was about a year or two after I just started making beats that I kind of started hitting the scene with AOTP guys and Paz. So I mean that's really how it just started. I was just in my college dorm and just started working on beats, and then here we are. I mean this was back in 2009. I met Paz. He just emailed me out of the blue. I never talked to him. I never knew him, and it started because I sent beats to Dope Nixon of Army of the Pharaohs, and I never even said to him. I was like, "Hey, can I send beats to Paz or anything?" I was just like as a fan growing up of AOTP and Jedi Mind Tricks. I was just honored to have Dope Nixon listen to my beats. So I was like, all right, cool. I never asked if I could send stuff to Paz. He was just Dope Nixon used a few of his beats. I mean, a few of my beats for his album that came out, and I just woke up one day. I checked my email, and I had an email from Vinny Paz, and I mean, I thought it was a fake. I thought it was one of my friends, trying to make fun of me or something. I didn't think it was actually Vinny Paz, but he he sent an email saying that he heard Dope Nixon played him some of my beats, and this is when he was working on Season of the Assassin. So he was like, I'm working on a solo record right now, and I'd love for you to send some beats through. So it was basically just through email in 2009. I was like, all right, cool. And being a fan of Jedi Mind Tricks, I was like going nuts. I was like calling my friends and stuff and be like, I can believe who just emailed me, Vinny Pass. So I sent him actually well, one of the first beats I sent him was ended up being Pistolvania on Season of the Assassin with which had Freeway and Jack Frost on it. So it was, I mean, like I said, it was kind of a quick turnaround. It was like, some of the first beats I sent Paz ended up actually landing on his album. And I think Kill 'Em All with Beanie Siegel, I probably sent that to Paz within the first week I knew him too. So, and ever since that day, I've been sending Paz, a beat every single day. So, I mean, first off, I appreciate that that's your favorite song, and yeah, I mean, as far as everything I do with Paz, it's not like he has like, I mean, sometimes he'll have a concept for a song, and I'll like I'll make the beat according to his idea. But as far as Kill 'Em All goes, I mean, I just had the sample. I mean, I found the sample, and I put heavy drums over it, and I just sent it to him, and then he was just like, he was just like, I might use this with a song with Beanie Siegel, and then he told me that Beanie picked the beat. He played he played Beanie Siegel like 10 beats in the studio, and he ended up picking that. And then I mean by the sound of the beat, you can just tell it's kind of I mean it's kind of like a kill 'em all type of like beat. It just makes you want to like punch someone in the face. So that's kind of like what they came up on it. But as far as like like finding samples and then how I construct stuff, it's like I mean most of my stuff is hard. I'm sure you can agree with that. I don't know that I mean that was just my favorite stuff growing up, like those hard stoop beats, or like the hard stuff that like Alchemist makes, just like the hard beats, big drums with like hard piano samples or choir samples.
Yeah.
That's always been my favorite stuff. Yeah. I mean, definitely my number one favorite producer. I mean, being a huge Jedi Mind Tricks fan, it's obviously going to be Stoop. I mean, I just thought the way that he flipped samples and the way that he did stuff was very different than anyone else. And I always wanted to, I mean, I'm very inspired by what Stoop did for so many years for JMT. And, he's still one of my favorite producers. Like I go back and I listen to all the Jedi Mind Tricks albums, and get inspired by that. And I'd say I don't know if I have like a one, two, three, four, five top producers. I'd say like I have like a 1A and a 1B with Alchemist, being at the top of my list too. He's definitely one of my favorites. And then obviously DJ Premier. I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to be involved with hip hop and not say that that Premier is one of the best. He's obviously one of the best, and this might be a surprise to some people, but I mean, I got into hip hop around 1999, and then through the early 2000s. I mean, I was like 12 years old. That's when I first got into it. So obviously, I mean, I'd say I get a lot of criticism for thinking Eminem is one of the best, but as far as when I got into hip hop, '99, that's when he was on the scene. So I'm a big Eminem fan. I really like his. I was really a big fan of his production that he did in his earlier stage of his career when he produced stuff for most of the Shady Record albums. He
Right.
always had that hard sounding beats too. I mean now you can't really say that because his music's changed, but um, he had those hard beats that he did for like the early D12 stuff, and um, even his albums like the Marshall Mathers LP, he produced some of that, and then the Eminem Show, he produced some of those beats. So I'd say him, Alchemist, Stoop, and Premier, and I've always been a fan of Havoc of Mob Deep. Yeah, it definitely feels pretty good. As I mean, you just said the list. I mean, you can have an argument with anyone that the best, underground rappers are Jedi Mind Tricks. I mean, Vinny Paz, Lacoca, Swollen Members. Those are the biggest groups, I'd say, as far as underground hip hop. I mean, AOTP. So it definitely feels good because I started off as a fan, listening to Jedi Mind Tricks, and so to be actually like working with those guys, and I mean talking to them on a daily basis as like friends and stuff. I mean, I definitely it's definitely a dream come true, and sometimes it just hits me. I'm still not used to it because I mean I'm still relatively young, and I've only been doing this for like a couple of years, so it's still kind of new to me. I mean Paz's new album that's coming out, God of the Serengeti. Like, I was just looking at it the other day, and just to see like DJ Premier on there, and DJ Lethal and Havoc and all these guys, and then just seeing my name in there, it's still kind of new to me. But I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.